Asante Barlow came onto the scene as college football's premier two-way star athlete, even over a guy like Travis Hunter. But even after that stellar freshman campaign, he was forced to sit out and forego his entire sophomore season due to some faulty drug tests. And on top of all of that, getting it done in the return game as well, he was doing just about everything for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. His sophomore season was highly anticipated by the nation. But after missing an entire year, Asante didn't want to go back to Mississippi State. He wanted to take his talents elsewhere, somewhere where they would allow him to be the best version of him and he can completely prove the college football world wrong. And Boise State just so happened to be that place, not only allowing him to come in and be that two-way superstar, but also feature at 5 different positions. His junior season is going to be a movie. We opened up the season against top 10 ranked Washington. I gotta say, boy, this offensive side of the ball is loaded top to bottom. And as much of a playmaker as I know I am, missing an entire year of football is definitely starting to show early in this game. Missing a clean tackle. And them offensive dogs that I mentioned that they have is starting to show up, pop out early, roam all the way to the crib for a touchdown and kick this one off. But no matter how much time I miss, one thing that'll never change about me is my motor. All the way up the field, beating this corner, making this catch, getting into the end zone, tying this game up early in the first quarter. Without a doubt, everybody thought and knew, especially at home, Washington would put up big points, but they pick up another touchdown already and the second quarter just started. And I done put the responsibility on my own shoulders. I got to do everything I can, offensively, defensively, special teams, every way, shape, and form to make sure we have the best opportunity, the best chance to win this game. Out here trying to completely embarrass this secondary, and they don't have their best corner in Jabbar Muhammad on me, and I find that to be very disrespectful. I'm in that empty gun set, back at the quarterback position, 5 of my guys split wide with no intentions of throwing the ball, dropping my shoulder, getting into the end zone, tie game yet again. And look at Michael Penix in that same empty gun set. They go with the screen and they find no success on 3rd and 5, blowing this play up completely. I'm back in at QB. Now I have the option to actually throw the ball, but they got them dogs coming at me, working my way to the outside, picking up a nice 9-yard gain. And now I'm back here running back, 3rd and 4, motioning out of the backfield. My quarterback's gonna treat me like reliable, dropping this one off to me, picking up the first down. He know I'm gonna get it done every time. We get first crack at the offensive possession, taking this one out of the end zone, getting some great blocks up front from my dogs, and I'm taking this one damn near to the 50, a big time, much needed return. It's been a quiet, stagnant, very defensive heavy third quarter, but now making our way into the red zone on 3rd and goal to cap this drive off. You call on me, Superman. I'm gonna get it done every time. This entire drive, Penix been way too comfortable in that pocket. He need to be hit, so I'm trying to do everything I can to get back there and take that shot, but I guess I was a little too eager to get that shot off because they threw the flag at me for roughing the passer. And that bonehead mistake is gonna set them up with prime real estate. Penix gonna walk this one in for a touchdown, tying it up late here in the 4th quarter. And at this point, I'm pissed. That huge mistake set us up to be right here in overtime, begging for the ball in the huddle, talking crazy about Muhammad earlier in this game, and he shows up in the biggest way. Penix and them boys are way out of field goal range. He got to do it himself. 4th and 23, launching this one towards the end zone. My corner, my big time playmaker comes through with an interception, almost taking us to the crib. I thought he was going to seal the W. Washington went down to score. We got to do the same, leaning hard inside on Jabbar Muhammad to sell this route, getting back outside, picking up the touchdown, tie game. After the score, I looked coach straight in his eye and I told him, give it to me. Allow me to have the opportunity to wake the country up from sleeping on me. I get the snap, going up the middle, picking up the 2-point conversion, and the rest is history. This week against somewhat of a inferior opponent, a team, a game that a lot of people are overlooking, but for me personally, honestly, wholeheartedly, I'm locked in and focused. Unlike a lot of people, no matter who we play, no matter how much better we are than them on paper, I'm laser locked in, focused no matter what. I got a point to prove. And split wide to the right outside by myself, I'm gonna work my way back towards the middle, right in that gap, and I'm picking up a touchdown. But I'm not gonna lie, at the line, I can see this corner dribbling in his boots, and that safety, he don't want no parts of this action. Getting upfield, making this catch on 2 DBs, getting upfield into the end zone, touchdown yet again, number 2. As gifted and solid as we are offensively, I think our defense is going to be the sleeper. We got a lot of great guys up front, and our secondary, to say the least, elite. I didn't think they'd be capable of scoring on our defense at all, but on 3rd and 5, just before going into the second half, this QB is going to prove me completely wrong, picking up a touchdown. And that alone right there was my sign, my signal to not take my foot off the gas, making this catch on another DB's head on the right side of the field, completely embarrassing pretty much this entire defense at this point. Motioning my way through the backfield to the other side, now lined up in the slot and taking the middle of that field like it's nothing. It's just sweet right there. With no resistance, I'm picking up another huge play, even though it's 2nd and 20. And aside from my many assignments in this offense and defensively and on this team period, sitting back here at quarterback with that 5 wide set is probably my favorite thing to do. I can throw the ball to any of these great receivers, or I can make it happen on my own using my legs. I thought it would do me a disservice if I'm the only receiver split wide on my side of the field, having the corner and the safety picking up, but it just seemed like it don't matter, taking advantage of them every opportunity I get. Boy, my quarterback is up there trying to cook at that line, got me moving to into the slot, then back into the backfield just for us to run the halfback screen, and I make a nasty 6-spin pulling off probably ESPN Player of the Week, and I score. And as I continue to dominate playing all these different positions throughout the season, you gotta believe more coaches and teams are gonna start allowing their superstar players to really expand their role. So while I'm out here just doing my thing, executing, balling at a high level at a multitude of positions, you gotta believe that I may be changing the tide of college football completely. Just still trying to make this a game. I score here, put them down 1, but instead my boy Fo Rob with a huge pick to take this one all the way back to the crib with 1 man to beat. I'm gonna put this quarterback face in the dirt. He gonna take this one all the way back to the crib for a pick 6. Them Air Force Academy boys then came to town and we kicked this one off with a nice stop on 3rd down. You already know I'm trying to get that return man of the year, trying to go crazy on punt, kickoff, whatever. I'm getting this one, taking it off to the right. Great blocking up front. I almost rode the sideline down to the crib for this one. Back in there, QB with that empty gun look. Dude coming off the edge full speed though. I gotta lose a little bit of ground, get back upfield, picking up the 1st down. He ain't got the speed to keep up with me. I gotta do a better job at getting behind the big boys on this halfback screen. They do a great job blocking, but if I let this set up and be a little more patient with it, these can be way more explosive. Trying to switch it up a little bit and go away from the empty gun look, but on this read option, I know we ain't fooling nobody. I keep the ball, I score. Everybody knew what was going down. Starting this one off pre-snap near the middle of the field, but trust me, I'm lurking them flats, praying that he try to dump this one off, but instead he makes the terrible mistake trying to take off, and he paid the ultimate price. And we right back at it yet again, lurking them flats, trying to give him all of the looks he need to throw this ball my way. A pick down here is definitely going to be a pick 6 for me, but he continues to take off like he hasn't learned his lesson. You already know, back here before the half, getting active in the return game yet again, as always, trying to do everything I can to put us in position to up the score, because right now 7 points in the first half is not going to cut it. They go with a little read option action here on 1st and 10, and the quarterback's going to keep it, and not only do they pick up the 1st down, but this quarterback is showing that he is relentless, fearless almost. But all that toughness only going to get you so far with this defense, trying to fake the handoff and finagle his way out to the wide side to maybe take off or even throw this ball, and my guys are all over him, stuffing this play. Got some man coverage here on 3rd and 17, a guaranteed throwing down and trying to make a big play, sagging off of this receiver way too much. They don't pick up the 1st, but I wanted to be down here to pick up the interception. And speaking of interceptions, this safety played this one so well, lurking his zone. I thought I had a free shot to the end zone, but instead he gonna pick up the interception and take it down to put them in great position to go down and score. I'm not gonna lie, DB to DB, that was beautiful. With them being a run heavy team and we're down here in the red zone, I know I had to step up and make a lot of big plays in the run game, and I'm doing exactly that, clapping their running back. And now here in the red zone ourselves, trying to make some shake on 2nd down, picking up a big time reception, putting us within 5 yards. And what you like to call it, all reliable. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You have to spread the defense out, and that gives me the prime opportunity to take it up the middle. With them big boys up front, it ain't no stopping me, ain't no stopping us. At some point, I knew that QB was gonna take off with the ball again, and on 1st down, I get the prime opportunity to really put my stamp on this game. Not only getting the big hit, but jarring the ball loose for the fumble. They not making their way into that end zone whatsoever throughout the rest of this game. You know I gotta get active in that return game off the rip against Fresno State, and by the time we get midway through the season, I think I'll be able to take this one out to the 50 every time I touch it. And taking a return to nearly the 50-yard line every single chance I get sounds kind of crazy, but I think it's more than doable for a player of my caliber. I think I can play quarterback just as well as any other player in the country, but my sole intention when I take that snap is to use my legs to my advantage. And the same legs I love to use, I try to go over top and they get blown out trying to jump over these defenders. And when I don't succeed at getting into the end zone at the QB position, I line up at running back. That halfback scream is going to succeed every time, especially with this offensive line. That return of the year award is loaded. I won it my first season. I want to win it again back to back if I can. Mississippi State, Boise State, no matter where I'm at, I'm going to get it done. Great return by me, putting us beyond the 50-yard line. Great field position for my offense. There's been plenty of times where I take one back for a huge gain and I sit down because I'm so gassed, but to finish off a drive like this, a huge punt return, and then on the first offensive snap of that possession to get into the end zone, that's special. But we got to remember, we in their crib. Trips on the right side of the field. Fresno State is going to load up for a big time play, get into the end zone and score. They're only down 1 now. I'm split wide, running down the numbers. This corner's going to play it safe, hang back deep, and the quarterback underthrows this ball perfectly, put me in position to make this catch and pick up the big gain. You would think a player my size would love to come off the edge and blitz, but I like playing in coverage more for pick opportunities. But when I do blitz, I'm going to make it count. And now as we head into the fourth quarter, nothing's changed. 3rd and 10, desperately need the big play. A great catch over the shoulder, picking up the 1st down. Big plays on offense and defense going into the 4th. And something nobody in this stadium or even people watching at home thought they'd see all throughout this game. He dropping back deep, all the way to the logo, delivering a strike down the middle of the field, picking up another touchdown, getting it done every way possible. A beyond exceptional game. 3 touchdowns on my part and an overall dominant blowout win for me and the fellas. What we doing? How we coming? Now ranked number 21 in the country, Southern Miss at the crib this week, and we gonna take this one back almost all the way to the crib. And I gotta say, these uni combos probably hands down one of my favorites. And I gotta give a shout out to my OC, put me in position to make big plays time and time again. I'm the only receiver lineup on the side of the field, no high safety, just a corner. I'm gonna eat that opportunity every time. We take care of business on offense, but defensively, boy, Southern Miss trying to make it happen. Deep off in our territory, trying to make big plays, get into that end zone and tie this game up. We can't go for that though. And I'm peeping it. They got a solid run game with Frank Gore Jr. being their running back, but at the same time, dotting things up underneath, they still trying to make these little chunk plays, and I'm all over it making these tackles. Down 3 points, now here in the third quarter, I'm back here at QB trying to make something happen, dropping back way further than what I should, taking off, pulling off a nasty spin. And if I would have regained my footing, this would have been an even nastier play. Hold on now, we got that offset trips formation on the right side of the field, the short side of the field at that, and somehow my quarterback's still going to put this ball in perfect position where I only can make this catch. They got 8 in the box, but they fail to contain the outside. That's going to equate to an easy TD, untouched for numero uno. Somebody who I thought would get way more opportunity, at least have somewhat of an explosive day, Frank Gore Jr. Shout out to his pops, an absolute legend in the league, but he pops off for a huge run right here. They going to go with one of my personal favorite plays here on 4th and 7 in the fourth quarter where they need a big time first down, but of course, sniffing at that screen is my specialty. I run them all the time on offense. Swinging out of the backfield as a receiver and what should have been a 3, maybe 4 yard gain turns into a first down and some highlight play. I would have took this into the crib if I ain't stumble. And trust, when you need a big play or somebody get into the end zone, you can always rely on me to fall 1 yard short of the touchdown, but I know my offense gonna get it done nonetheless regardless. I have yet to take one of these opening kickoffs back to the crib, but against Utah State this week, coming out off the rip, taking it past the 50, big time return. That's how you start a football game. I'm in that quarterback, the first offensive drive, the first snap, and my terrible tendency to drop back 15 yards when I actually want to throw the ball is probably starting to get out of hand a little bit. Sometimes I question, do some of these DBs watch films? Because if you don't press me at the line, you know I have the elite speed, even at my size, to burn just about every player I come up against. I get the free, easy touchdown on this one. And you would think a player my size and my strength would come down and get physical with these receivers, but instead, if I'm not blitzing, I'm in cover trying to play for that PBU or even that pick. Let's talk about a golden opportunity. I'm not down there in the flats to get the pick or even blow this one up immediately, but I'm pretty sure this running back didn't see me coming around his edge until I got past his teammate picking up this block, but he gets absolutely steamrolled. If you ask me, great blocking and exceptional speed are the two main key factors in a successful punt return, and having both right here on this play definitely is going to carry me out past the 35-yard line. This bunch trips formation works out to perfection. I go uncovered, and I could have caught this ball, took it up the sideline for more yardage or even a touchdown, but instead I see the opportunity for a highlight play. Well, look at that. I'm already in the gun, so my unnecessary famous 15-yard drop back isn't needed, but how about an extraordinary dot to the back of the end zone to my dog E-Mac? That's how you throw that football. One thing about a team at home, they can turn it up to a different level at a moment's notice, so we got to keep our foot on the gas. Even with a 2-score lead before going into the second half, got to continue to apply that pressure. I hate to say it, but I knew this was coming. Not towards my side of the field, but I knew they would take a shot down here in the red zone, an absolute dime from their quarterback. They're only down 1 score. And anytime I mess up or make a mistake on either side of the ball, I have to make up for it. So how about a 30-yard reception putting us within 5? And that touchdown I gave up, I'm going to get it right back, put us right back up 2 scores before going into the second half. First and goal in that quarterback taking that snap. You know what time it is. But trust me, I'm not done making up for my mistake. Dropping back into my zone, reading this quarterback's eyes the entire time, jumping the route underneath, coming away with the interception, doing everything I can to try to take this one into the crib. And best believe when I start something, I'm going to finish it. Rolling out to my right when I could have taken off easily. Instead, I'm going to throw the riskiest dot that I've had throughout my entire somewhat quarterback career thus far. Winless, 0-6 Nevada, and we at the crib. For a lot of people, this might be considered as a stat padding game, but we're gonna come out here and ball for real today. And I can already see it. I'm about to tear up the middle of the field today. And my guys on the other side going deep upfield, and that's gonna allow us to take full-on advantage of the opportunities. And I gotta give my boy his credit. My quarterback puts these balls in extremely tight windows, not allowing the safety to make a play, but also allowing me to make this catch comfortably and get upfield and get into the end zone. Backhand coverage, they go with the play action, trying to take the simple throw to the sideline, but that boy K is not going for it. Big time interception, riding this one down the sideline, almost taking this one back to the house. It's obvious the passing game ain't working for him. We catching picks, making plays through the air, but now y'all trying to go with this weird triple option that's way too much time in the backfield. I'm coming off the edge blazing for the -5-yard TFL. And then on 3rd and 12, towards the back end of the first half, y'all go with my favorite play to defend, the halfback screen. -2 yards on this one. I'm coming down, making plays every way, every form. Receiving around the 20, taking this one back, trying to set up these blocks to the open side of the field, spinning my way back towards the middle middle, 25-yard return, something slight, but definitely some good field positioning for my offense. I've been heavily involved in the return game, so I haven't been on offense as much, and my presence is definitely being missed. Only 6 points throughout these first 3 quarters. We got to keep applying this pressure defensively. At this point, put me in man coverage. I'm tired of playing this zone. My boy K with his second interception of the game. I always looked at myself as being the ball hawk of this team, but he's slowly starting to prove that he's that guy. And trying to cap off this game with a very strong offensive drive as we go into the fourth quarter. Nevada's offense, we're not worried about them whatsoever, but we have to start putting up more points. And you can see me out here trying to make plays at receiver, running back, and now quarterback, taking out to my right on a crucial 3rd and 8, picking up the first down, a much needed win at that. And to cap off this drive that I completely took over, a fantastic pass from my quarterback towards the corner of the end zone. We secure our 7th straight win and hand Nevada their 7th straight loss. Opening kickoff in what's supposed to be our most difficult game thus far of the season, 6-1 BYU, and these boys coming to play. My goal on a week-to-week basis is to expose every single secondary, defense, DB, whatever. The second I see this safety bail to the middle of the field immediately, that gives my quarterback the cue to put the ball in my hands off the rip. Coming in motion from the slot to the left side of the field, the wide side of that, and I peep, their number 1 corner is trailing me all the way across, and I love that, but his confidence ain't got nothing on my diamond. It's picking up another 30 yards. It's still early in this game. We're only up 1 score. I've been waiting on this opportunity the entire first quarter to meet this running back in the hold and let him know this is not one of them type of games. You ain't finna run all over us. Now with an opportunity to roam the middle of the field trying to bait up this route in the flats, but the quarterback's gonna take off. He loses the ball and is right in front of my face. We scoop and we take over. It's 1st and 10 and they go with a full-blown halfback power. It almost works out to perfection with lead blockers and space ahead, but I give up the extra few yards just to come down and lay a nasty hit. And defensively today, we've been solid, but now they're trying to establish this run game, pick up chunk plays, and they've been doing a great job at it. Eventually, they're going to try to take a shot towards that end zone. I know it's coming. And on cue, what did I say? Empty gun look, taking a shot towards the middle of the end zone. But of course, when you hand the ball off all drive, I guess your arm isn't going to do what it needs to do when you need it to do it. I come away with the one-handed interception. Let's get it. That was a great play by me, but that sets us up deep in our own territory by a nearly 30-yard reception to put us in great position to continue this drive. I'm going to take a break on this play, but my quarterback dropping back extremely deep with 3 receivers, 2 high safeties. He has to make the perfect decision. The second he see this safety pick up on the other guy, he's throwing this one right on the money just before crossing the goal line. We could have easily kicked the field goal and put this game away, but instead we're going to go all in and all out. Jet sweep fake pass back to the quarterback, taking off, and I fall just 1 yard short. 1 man to beat. I don't know how I didn't get into the end zone. One final opportunity for BYU to try to take this game to overtime. Of course, it's going to be the Hail Mary, and if I wasn't in position to make this play, I low-key think this receiver was going to make this catch and ride off into the sunset. Crazy to think we came into this season extremely underrated. Now with an undefeated record and ranked number 5 in the country, I think we've definitely proven our point. And week in and week out, I'm continuously preaching to the guys, keep your foot on the gas. We can really achieve something great, but not only lead with my words, but also with my play on the field. Now taking a snap at quarterback on 3rd and 9. Great blocking up front. Terrific, if I may say so myself. Slight roll out to the right, delivering an absolute dime on the run to my boy E-Mac. A 2-score lead here in the first half, but right now I'm still trying to figure out what is Colorado State offensive plan this week. They go empty gun, but then hand the ball off with a guy in motion. It's kind of weird. And then you go 4 receivers split wide, read option. He actually sells this really well and pulls it correctly, but I'm right here all over it. That's my job as a strong safety, to pick up on things like this and make the play. But of course, on 3rd and 13, you have to take a shot. Those little runs and weird plays are not going to work. I'm sitting patiently reading his quarterback's eyes, and he throws it right at me as if he saw a ghost. Great play by me, but a bonehead play by this QB. As a receiver, I usually love being lined up on one side of the field by myself, but being crowded by 3 defenders, I don't know how or why this ball still came my way. And in what feels like forever, lined up back here, running back, getting his halfback screen, working it out to perfection. I do get picked up, but of course I'm going to muscle my way in. And it's been about a week or two, but here on 3rd and 11, instead of going into coverage, I'm coming off the edge. Full-blown speed, bypassing this running back, picking up yet another sack on the season, a big-time play. And to add insult to injury, my quarterback sees a lane, takes off. I guess he has some good blocking up front. I'm not even paying attention. All I know is I look up and he's in the end zone for another one. We secured the blowout win early in the 4th quarter. Wyoming in the house, and y'all know my intention is to get it back to the crib and off rip a back step, working my way to that sideline, finessing my way around the last possible defender that can stop me. How about it? My first kick return to the crib, 104 yards. I'm pretty sure with that return, I earned the right to sit out that entire defensive possession, but the guys went and took care of business though. Now back over here on offense, taking snaps at QB, getting it done. And now I'm kind of feeling myself a little bit cocky, going crazy on the opening kickoff, getting busy at quarterback, now trying to do way too much at receiver, fumbling the ball. I gotta tighten up. I'm starting starting to get a little ahead of myself. I screwed up, but you better believe the guys got my back. How about my dog Misa with a nice pick across the middle, dog? We got playmakers at every level of this defense, believe that. And you know, when I make a mistake, I have to get it back. Running up the sideline, great ball placement from my quarterback. Not gonna lie, I thought this would have been a house call though. And speaking of house calls, terrible man covers for me, but I never give up on the play. Running all the way across the field, full sprint, I come away with yet another one-handed pick on the season, and I get into the end zone for 6. That's how you make a play. And then on right back on offense, acting a fool, winning at the line against this corner, of course. Always gonna do that, but when your safety is playing this far down, you know I'm gonna make a mockery of your defense. Getting upfield, down the numbers, touchdown, back to back with it. Wyoming couldn't have came out here and played a worse brand of football as a team, as a player, as a coach, as a fan. Watching your team get absolutely dominated like this has to be demoralizing. And what do you know, with his third pick in maybe the last 2 or 3 games, that boy Special K with another interception, balling out. My defense is playing on an entirely different level today. I love it. Only 8 receptions, 231 yards receiving, 4 total touchdowns, 1 being on defense. You goddamn right on the player of the game. You would think with an undefeated record and blowing teams out of the water the way we have, we'd be ranked at least within the top 2, but the other 4 teams ahead of us all undefeated and they're monster programs. We got to continue to apply that pressure if we want to get up there. The first play from scrimmage, taking a snap at quarterback, bailing out of this one immediately. No intentions on throwing the ball, and I don't know how this safety missed the tackle but still doubled back and tripped me up. That was a great play by him. As much as I love being a lone receiver on any side of the field, anytime we run a trips concept, it almost works out to perfection every single time, making this catch and getting into the end zone for the TD untouched. Now over here on defense on a big 3rd and 10 situation, San Diego State trying to punch one in, but my secondary says that's a no-go, big time stop. As deep and as strong as our receiving core is, anytime we split 4 or 5 receivers wide, you better believe they're going to play it and drop everybody back. And that's my cue to take off, especially when I'm at quarterback, to pick up the free yardage. And anytime we're within 5, that halfback screen is going to keep us alive. Outrunning my block on this one, but it doesn't matter. Drop my shoulder getting in there. And with that quick and smooth touchdown, I'm going to break a school record for the most receiving touchdowns in a season. I'm already stamping my name into this program's history. I've been waiting on this opportunity for a while because I usually don't get it, but making this catch in the open space, making this DB look silly, getting upfield, I don't take this into the crib, but that spin made it all worth it. I was a little bit worried coming into these last couple of weeks that I was going to be way too involved on the offense trying to put up more points. My guys on D assure me they do not need me whatsoever. They got this on smash. You know me, you know that I can sniff out a halfback screen from a mile away. I peek the formation. It's a pick 6 in my mind. I'm going all the way to the crib with it, but instead I get cut block. But the running back doesn't pick up the first down, turnover. And to cap off an already dominant game by myself and my teammates, high pointing this ball at its highest peak, coming down with it and getting into the end zone for another touchdown, a blowout win against a 7-3 team. You gotta believe that we the real deal. Just one win away from securing our undefeated season, still ranked number 4 in the country, hoping one of the other 3 undefeated teams fold this week. But we can't focus on that too much. Just got to get out here and play ball, and that's exactly what I'm doing, going up top on this corner, absolutely burning this safety, getting into the end zone. That's how you make a play. New Mexico might be 3-8, but keeping a lesser team in check is vital, and the way you do that, come downhill full speed and blow up their best players. And for a while, I've been just somewhat of a decoy on defense, just a presence, because my guys have been playing so well. Now, off rip early in this game, being able to make some plays feels great. But here on 1st and 10, terrible defense from us, just not recognizing what's going on. An empty gun look, 5 receivers split wide, and we send how many? We were just begging to get scored on. And even though we made that mistake collectively as a group, I still take that responsibility. Now trying to get it back on 3rd and 11, picking up big yardage, breaking tackles. I want to get into that end zone ASAP. And you know, anything I want in this field, offensively, defensively, special teams, I'm going to get it. My quarterback puts it exactly where it needs to be, touchdown. They caught us off guard before, but not this time. Only rushing 3 with that empty gun look, 5 receivers split wide. I'm reading the flats, thinking this ball is going to come my way, but instead, how about my dog coming away with the pick? If he didn't get it, I was. And since tightening up in the passing game, they're trying to get something going on the ground. Instead of handing it off to their star running back, the quarterback's going to take it himself, pick up the first, but he definitely does pay the price. Since entering the 3rd quarter, we picked up some heavy momentum, and I don't see that stopping no time soon. New Mexico is not going to get in the way of us achieving our goal, and we're still out here making plays. You know that. After what I've been able to produce as a multi-position superstar, unlike anything college football has ever seen, I think it's a surprise to no one that I come away with my 2nd Heisman Trophy. And even with us having an undefeated season, we fall just short of that national championship appearance that we worked so hard for all season. But the Sugar Bowl, a very prestigious game in itself, we fell short of our ultimate goal, but we still end up playing a national championship caliber program. Number 13 ranked Bama sitting at 10-3. By no means did I think this game was going to be sweet, but if you ask me if I thought that Kool-Aid McKinstry was going to come in here, pick off my quarterback and embarrass me on this route, definitely not. Now we're over here on defense trying to make plays of our own, but how about Jalen Milroe off his back foot, the delivering an absolute dime, picking up the first down. Bro, what is going on? I knew these boys are going to come to the ball, but they're looking like a completely different beast, unlike anything we've seen all season. They're playing like everything we knew and thought we were throughout the year. And what's already looking like to be a completely defensive showdown, I'm pissed in the huddle. A scoreless first quarter, man, put the ball in my hands, and that my quarterback does. A perfectly thrown ball at that, a 50+ yard reception. And based off that first quarter alone, I already know what's going to have to transpire today. I have to play every down, every snap, special teams, kickoff, punt return, everything. I'm going to have to be on the field 24/7, trying to manipulate and get it done against this defense every way possible. Taking a snap at quarterback, and they take the bait, splitting all their guys and dropping them in the coverage, picking up the first down and some. A Kool-Aid what? Kool-Aid who, man? Killing that boy at the line, destroyed him, and his safety has no idea. Didn't help his boy over the top, and that's a huge mistake. Touchdown, we up 2 scores on Bama. And it just so happened the only part of special teams that I'm not involved in, which just so happens to be the kickoff team. Bama goes and scores. They put up a touchdown, but now back here in the red zone for us, picking up another touchdown myself. And if I told you I thought a Nick Saban-led Alabama team wasn't going to produce in the fourth quarter, I'd be lying to you. Jalen Milroe and his guys are clicking on all cylinders trying to make it happen. I sit out one play. Bama gets an interception, taking it down within 5 yards of the end zone. And from here, they're going to walk into the end zone scot-free. We got a tie ball game. And with one last opportunity on 4th and 4 to try to at least get in field goal range to secure this dub, or at least send us to overtime, my quarterback, Taylor Green, falls just a yard short. Bama's going to run the clock out, put themselves in position to win this one with just a field goal, and we take our first L of the season in our biggest game of the season in heartbreaking fashion.